Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Logan. I am your host for Rogues of the Ghost. And today I hate Yone. Actually, I hate Yone a lot. Every day. Every single damn day. I hate this bird-chested lawnmower with such a passion. You know what? He just shows up. His health bar is almost gone. I'm winning the fight and then I'm dead. I hate that so much. He seems like a low-skill champion for low-skill players. So obviously I'm picking him up for me. Shut up. And I have to do a video on this. I absolutely do. But I'm going to do something that I didn't do with the Urgot video for this. I'm going to study. I know. Shut up. I'm going to go in with Lethal Tempo, Triumph, Alacrity, Coup de Grace, Bone Plating, Revitalize, Attack Speed, Adaptive Force, and Armor. Those are going to be my runes. My items are going to probably be mainly Shield Bow and Infinity Edge. Those are the two big ones with Berserker Greaves. I want to get attack speed, I want to get health, I want to make sure that I survive. Okay, so, also, I don't know which camera I want to point at right now, but go find the podcast, Roguescast Radio. It's with my friends Jody, Jay, and myself. You can find it on Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Audible, Spotify. But if you just Google it, you'll be able to find it, I promise. I hate Yone. Let's just do the video. Alright, so I'm going to fanboy over this just a little bit. I'm bad at farming minions, but with Yone's auto attacks combined with his Q, which that's his Q on the third consecutive Q, it's so easy to actually get that gold for last hitting, because if I screw up the auto attack, I can hit Q, I can get that gold, and man, I can just... Like, that was the W. I can wave clear so effectively with this. I can just line up minions, hit them with that. There, Q, or not Q, auto attack for that. I'm going to miss that because I'm an idiot. But there's enough in this toolkit to where I can actually farm effectively without feeling like I'm struggling all the time. And I can just wave push. And that I'm excited about. That is something about Yone I very much like. And this is very important, because if you don't farm with Yone, it's going to show in the later game, because you only need two critical items to spike with Yone, and the same goes with Yasuo. So this farm is very crucial. Now, the W is one of the simplest attacks that Yone has. It's a conical attack in front, like a cone attack. It does damage, and then it also not heals, but it gives you that small shield like you saw after I did on Malphite. That way, once you engage, you immediately go with the W. That way you have a shield to take the attack that you're about to receive, because you guys are sharing an ass whipping. It's not just you beating them. And yeah, you can just keep doing it. Like, it's a good attack. There's nothing super special about it, but it is rock solid. No pun intended. It took me a while to dig through the footage to find me actually using the E right, and here it is. So, boom. She uses a skill shot. I dodge it with E. I hit in with R, and I just... do damage. Now, I panicked and thought that Lux Cannon was for somebody else, and I disengaged with E to try and dodge that. Wouldn't have mattered, but I got scared for that one for a second. I was like, oh crap, did they have a Lux? And I just re-E'd and got out of the way. So that's one way you can think of it too. You can probably get two good dodges out of your E. I think it's pretty solid. Oh, look at this. Silas comes in. I just want to watch this and appreciate that I actually had a team that just collapsed on people. Dear God, Blind Pick Hell is bad. Yone's ultimate gets a huge bad rap. I understand why, don't get me wrong, like I get it, but I think it's one of the more balanced ultimates. See, right here, there's a wind up, there's plenty of time for Silas to get out of the way. Malphite didn't get out of the way. Had I actually hit Silas, he would not be that low, the fight would have been over a lot sooner. But man, it's just a good, solid ult, and I really appreciate it. So this is where I started really trying to put all of my abilities into play. So I E, I try an R, I come up real short, but I try to engage that way because it's a dangerous situation. I can disengage with my E as well. Fortunately, like, Senna knocks it out of the park there and finishes the fight. Okay, I really hate watching this, but learn from me. So, as Yone, I can't just engage the entire team by myself, and that's what I tried to do here. I thought, man, I could just R in, CC all that into the air, and just start waylaying on them without team support. My Mundo's not moving, nobody else is really there. Like, I can't do it by myself. I have to be maybe the second engagement, and I can't do dumb mistakes like this. It's like, use my E when I'm going to be in the middle of the entire team and just die. Don't do it. Yone can't survive everything. And we lost this because, well, 1, we're bad. 2, that was a bad mistake on my part, and rightfully was punished. Alright, so after playing with Yone for a week or so, I found out that there's not one thing about Yone that is absolutely bonkers. It's everything about him in combination. His passive is bonkers. His Q is good. His W is good. His E is awesome. His R is awesome. But not one of these by themselves is going to do the trick. It's that combination like you just saw with the Q, the CC, the W to get a shield, do a little extra damage, and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to Q him, and I'm going to hit him with the W, and that turret shot's going to knock him out. He is good in combination with his entire kit. It's not just one thing. Take one of those things away, he's a bad champion. That was Yone after a week. I really like Yone. I do think I'm going to be putting him into my rotation. You knew I would. Don't even lie. So, there are things that I learned about playing Yone that I think are important. One, he's not just a I push a couple of buttons and I win champion. If you can't farm, you're going to have a bad time. Although farming is really easy with Yone. If you do not play aggressively, or too aggressively, one or the other. If you play really passive, you're going to have a bad time. If you try and tank, you're going to have a really bad time. Don't tank. Don't play over aggressive. Do not overextend. You will lose your lane. The Q is great. It's a poke. It's kind of an area of effect. It goes through things. It's a skill shot. You miss it, it's your fault. You get the CC on the third one, I think. Yeah, and it's a really good engage. So you move forward, you can engage the enemy that way. W, shields are good, and it's another area of effect attack. It's in front of you, it's a wave. You kind of have to actually point your mouse somewhere. If you miss, it's your fault. E, it's kind of weird. Honestly, it is very weird. It is kind of an area of effect dodge where you disembody, go to a spirit form, and then you can run around that way. So you can use it as a dodge, you can use it as an engage, and you can use it as a disengage. It's interesting. You can use all of your attacks in this form too. It's kind of fun, it's kind of wonky, and I dig wonky. Now the R, I think the R is probably the most fair ultimate in the game. To be honest, it is a skill shot. It doesn't have a ridiculously long reach. It's not this huge wide berth of attack. And it's got a wind up to it. So if you get hit by it, it is kind of your fault. And it CCs. Like, it's a good skill shot to limitations ratio for what it does. I think is one of the most fair. Now, when you start combining all of the other aspects of this, you engage with a QCC, you R, and then you W when they reprise, and then you just start beating the crap out of them that way. You Q, like your third Q is your engage, then you can re-engage again with your R, and you can just beat the crap out of them from there. Skills, you have to have them. He is a glass cannon, but if you can't use skill shots on a melee champion, this is not going to be fun. All that being said, I really enjoyed it. I think the scaling is atrociously powerful. Like two items and you are set for the rest of the game, and then it's like, oh, whatever I want. Yeah, that's fun, right? I don't know why he's getting a buff. Apparently he's getting a buff. That's what I read, that's what I heard, what have you. That being said, I had fun with this one. He's going to be in my rotation. I had a lot of fun with this one. I will probably hate laning against it anyways still, but at least now I have a better understanding of how to deal with Yone. And I don't have much of an issue, especially when I use things like Senna or any other strong ranged champion. Kale's a great one. Holy crap, Kale's a bitch. Anyways, guys, do me a favor. If you could, like, share, comment, subscribe. It's a really free way to help me out, and I would love you for it. Please. I'll see you in the next one, and the next video is going to be another pain in my ass. Later.